Yo, what's up? Ron Garcia, Ninja Pop News. You already know the deal. Yeah, it's been a week since Bioshock Infinite's release. At least I think it's been a week. I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't matter. The the fact of the matter is, I beat the game, and I just want to give my quick review on it. Game's absolutely gorgeous. I have not played a game like this since Red Dead Redemption. It's got beautiful graphics, beautiful storyline. Art direction is absolutely fantastic. Very well programmed, very well written. Everything about it is just absolutely amazing. Now, I do want to say this for the first fans of first-person shooters that are looking for a genre-defined game. When it comes to the aspects of gameplay, BioShock Infinite is not the game for you. It's not genre defining in its gameplay. Now, if you're looking for something that's genre defining in the elements of storytelling, BioShock Infinite is the game for you. It has absolutely everything that is amazing and that makes a video game a form of art. The storyline is just absolutely amazing. It takes place in a fictionalized 1912 where a part of the Union a part of America has succeeded from the Union and decided to build a city up upon the clouds where it's merely where white is the dominant, but they do need immigrants to take care of everything else. I gotta say, the story, the idea of the story is absolutely beautiful. I love the fact that a subject like racial purity was touched upon in a video game. It's never been touched upon like it has been in a video game at all. I mean, you've heard elements of nigger or negro in the video game. I can say those words. I'm black. I've just never heard anything like this in a video game, and not with it being so. And it wasn't vulgar about it. The elements, the themes of the storytelling was so subtle, and I think that's something that's absolutely amazing. This city is absolutely beautiful. You literally walk around the city and you walk into one building and you see a monument built for a monument to John Wilkes Booth. That's something that's absolutely beautiful. That's something that you've never seen in a video game before. And it's something that really does speak to the mind of the 19th century, the 19th going into the 20th century colonial white man for that matter. And I find that to be something that's absolutely brilliant. You have elements of Tom Sawyer in this game. You have elements of Uncle Tom's Cabin in this game. You have elements of a lot of books of Huck Finn. You have elements of a lot of these books that are in this video game that just absolutely makes it amazing. It's a conversation starter. Whenever you decide to talk about books that bring up race, BioShock Infinite's a video game that you could actually bring up that really tells an interesting story, and I just absolutely love this game. This year has been a year of ups and downs when it comes in terms of good games, and BioShock Infinite, believe it or not, was a game that I really wasn't looking forward to. I played BioShock 1 and I played BioShock 2, and I didn't like either of them. It wasn't necessarily because of the storyline. I thought the idea of the story was very interesting, where they're both set in this underwater, and the theme is capitalism. That all these people wanted to make more money on whatever it is they were creating. I thought that was something that was pretty cool. But when it came to gameplay and boss fights, excuse me, I'm fighting off my allergies. When it came to gameplay and storyline, when it came to gameplay and boss fights, it was it was just very frustrating. The controls were clunky. It was just annoying. But with BioShock Infinite, they did manage to fix some of those elements. Now, granted, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys straight up, this game is extremely violent. Wow, it's fucking violent. I'm just going to put it to you that way. It's a great game, but it does have that form of violence that really brings it out, and it's just extremely colorful. But if you could set apart that violence, you do see something that's absolutely beautiful in this game. This is a game that I think is going to be a contender for Game of the Year. But with all that being said and done, there is one true issue I do have with Bioshock. Here's the case right here. As you guys see, I turned the paper slip over because I felt that this picture looked a lot better. It has an older 20th century, 19th century look to it with the illustrations and then the interesting quote in the back from one of the characters. But one of the reasons why I decided to do this is, let's take a look at this front cover. Now, as you see here, you have one of the main characters. You have the main character, the main playable character, Booker DeWitt. I'm totally fine with seeing Booker DeWitt on the front of the game. He's a main character. He's a playable character. But there's a big issue with it. Another main character in this game is Elizabeth. And Elizabeth is a big part of this video game. And she's literally what sets everything in motion. And she has a small freaking 2-inch picture in the back of the game. That's something I have a huge problem with. Why is this main character in the back of the box and barely noticeable when she should be on the front of the box with Booker DeWitt? That perplexes me. That's something that's stupid. I don't know if it was 2K that decided to do that or Rational Games who decided to put her in the back of the box when clearly she should have been out front. I don't know if it was because they were afraid of a female being in front of the box that the game sales would collapse. Which, if that's the case, I find it to be fucking stupid and immature for them to do that. Because, come on. I mean, making art is about taking risks. And if you can't take a risk, then what's the point? I mean, Tomb Raider has Lara Croft's face planted on the front of the box. And it's still selling. You have The Last of Us, which comes out in, I think, June, is going to have one of the main characters, Ellie, in front, which I think is a big risk, which is a risk in the gaming industry, but it's still making a statement. She's a main character. She needs to be on the front of it. Ellen Page is going to be on the front box of, what's that game that's coming out? Beyond Two Souls, the PlayStation 3 exclusive. She's going to be in the front cover, and that was something that the creative team had to fight for. It just confuses me that you would do this to your main character. One of the most important, I think one of the most important characters in gaming history is moved to the back of the box. That to me is just wrong. But other than that, I really, really, really did enjoy this game. I'm definitely going to be doing a second playthrough. It's one of those games that I don't think I'm going to be trading in anytime soon. I'm really going to be keeping this game. If you guys get the game, buy it, rent it, do whatever you have to do to get this game. When you play it, if you're a person who's a fan of narrative storylines, you are absolutely going to love it. But if you're someone who's looking for innovative combat, it's not necessarily the game for you. But with that all aside, I'm going to give this game a 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10. I don't know what your idea of scores are, but that's what I'm going to give the game. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's a contender for Game of the Year. I'm Juan Garcia, Ninja Pop News. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Find me on PSN. Find me on Xbox Live. You guys know what to do. You're not having fun if you don't have a controller.